Alright, we are recording! Part 45, apparently, in Titan Quest 2. And as it shows right here, we've got a new content update that does include the new chapter, which will not... Well, I mean, maybe we'll see a little bit of it at the end. Because I have to deal with Ixion first before getting to that, based on where we were at the end of last week. New creatures and bosses. New max level and tier 5 passives, we will look at those. Some UI reworks. Loot filter, I have not figured this one out yet. The update features the first limited implementation of loot filter. Please note it's not a full feature set, blah, blah, blah. Haven't figured that out yet. The mark as junk and sell all, that I've seen. I don't like how that works. I don't like how that's set up, but it is there. It does work. Chat for multiplayer, new languages, and then it's other stuff. It does also, I don't know if it's in here necessarily. In the press release, though... yeah, okay. These things about improving performance. I did play a little bit yesterday on this. Just to... I didn't actually... I did not go into Act 4 with it. I was just going other places. And it did seem a little smoother. Not necessarily a tremendous amount, but it did seem that. So here, I can actually show you since we are right here. I can show you a couple things, actually.
Hello! And
yeah.
Oh, wonderful. In the meantime,
Okay. I just want... Oh, I didn't even realize I had gear.
crafting.
Okay. I definitely don't need that. Don't think I need that. Yeah. Okay, so all of these... That's right, and I don't want this one because I would have to put way too much into knowledge to use it. So, using middle mouse key, so that's the scroll key, the scroll wheel, I should say. There, and lock it. That is to mark it for sale as junk. Now it's locked. Now it's just back, but yeah, so mark it. It's that. See, personally, I would like it more if it were like control and that could favor it to lock it. So that way I could quickly mark things that, but mainly I want the ability that I can have something marked as locked. And then there's a sell all button that sells all. Whether it's, so, except for what has been locked. So anyway, I do this. And, trying to remember, oh yeah, that's right. And because this, it doesn't tell you now. How do you do sell all? There's no button for it anywhere. I was very annoyed by this, but I did figure it out. You just shift, and when you click to sell, it sells them all at the same time. If you sell one item marked as junk, it will sell all of them at the same time. That's not the same thing as a sell all button. I feel that this is not clear and a little cumbersome. Yeah. I mean, it feels not clear and a little cumbersome. That kind of just gaps shit. We'll see if they improve that. Oh, I've got to do that. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, yeah. They also did things like, changes to the, come over here. Changes to the battle UI, I guess you could say. So things like, it's telegraphed, enemy attacks are telegraphed a little bit better. Hopefully we will see a good example of that. I did see it yesterday when I was messing around with it. I just want to also clear down here, but we can look at this first. So yeah, tier 5, so we can do something with these extra points. Let's first look at these. I already know what the forge ones are. So scale damage, I don't need that. This one could be nice, but why do I have a random passive point? I don't know. But yeah, gonna rest the divinity points in here. And one thing funny, the other character, oh, and max level has been raised from 50 to 55. The other character that is, I've done everything in it, it only had 15, which wasn't enough to reach there, so I couldn't even put points in these. Yeah, so Increase skill damage, elemental, and physical penetration. Summons have bonuses. Element chance, I don't really care. Physical damage, physical penetration. So yeah, we'll... Wait, what? Now I'm confused. It says I had... Why does it say... I have no idea. Let's just keep going. That is weird. Oh, yeah, duh. I can't put it in there. Because that's already filled up. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't reach them yet. That's right. Sorry. That was me being stupid. I think continuing in here would be best. There. Isn't that nice? Oh wait, there's an entire chunk over here? I think that the way to go is actually back there, but... Okay. Not gonna complain about this. Okay, you see that? That is one of the changes that they made there. So now it appears there, but there's also a visual within the circle indicating that, hey, something's coming. That does, in that case, it like expands out, so you get a sense of when the spell's gonna go off. And I should actually be reading these. Okay, not these. Maybe it's just when we get to the ghost and she's telling us stuff. The history of the centaurs we do get in this palace as we approach Ixion. But let's take care of this first. So that point there. There's there. What do I want to put into anything else? I guess. No, because I don't want to use that. What about this? See, here would actually make some sense. So I think that's what I will do. I just want to look over the other stuff. I don't... Sorry, a little bit of a cough. Yeah, I don't think I want to bother with the automaton. The other stuff I don't really care about. In theory, I could put some into these, but... I like the idea of... I put it in here. To do that. So get some of the mana back. Even though I don't really use it, it still is a... It'd be nice if it wasn't so always drained. Okay, no, this is the way to go. Oh, they also, in the changelog, mention... That's actually back behind us if that matters. Let's clear this room first. That they have changed this up. Oh, wow, that's a definitely different visual. But that they have changed the way this works so that rings will be less likely to take up. So basically, they won't just be stacked vertically, like this is, and block larger slots. In theory, anyway. Let's see. I think that's actually... How that is how I would like it to be. This is what that switch over there opened up, by the way. Oh. Yeah, did you see how there was a line that went out? That's how they've changed the... Yeah, so there as well. So it tells you, it telegraphs when it's going to be, when the attack is actually going to go off. I said something about these guys. Well, ghosts getting some sort of change to them. And there was also something about, some of the these things getting changed. I don't remember what it was. It was something like they changed boar skin, or like they dropped. Well, boar skin is sorry, it's now a different charm. And the original boar skins have just had their name changed to something else. I don't remember what it was though. Sure, we can do that. Oh, that's nice. I didn't even notice that, because previously when you would sort, it would also clear the markings for if you had looked at them or not. So that's handy. Alright, so keep going. I do want to head back, though, so I can see the clear over. Oh, no. Wait. Okay, yeah. I think it actually might loop around. We'll see. Yeah, so do you have other news to talk about than just this getting that update? Oh, yeah, no Spirit Mastery. That's coming. It's still coming, but there is... It's coming. That's in the future. Which I guess isn't surprising. This is probably an easier... I can believe that a new chapter is easier than new Mastery. Because I could see a new chapter just being a little... It can be self-contained. Whereas a new Mastery has so many interactions you have to deal with. And a lot of balancing, too. And you may want to be balancing the other Masteries at the same time. So yeah, I can see that taking longer. Anyway, the other things I have noted here. The Steam Next Fest that had been mentioned so many times because of getting press releases that, hey, we'll have a demo in that. Or, hey, we're putting the demo out now for it. That has actually gone live. That ends June 22nd. So was that Monday? But also GOG has started its summer sale, which runs until July 9th. So, yeah. If you're looking for some games on discount, you want to check that out. Remember, GOG is DRM free. So now, there we go. There are a number of secrets in this palace. Also, okay, I thought I could read something on that. Okay, what is it that opens this one up? Somewhere. Oh, wait. Did I miss... Ah, yes, right there. It's hard to see because of the web. Yeah, that guy does come alive and start attacking at some point. But another thing that wrote up that I don't really know how to best describe it, because I can definitely believe people will be very upset by this news, but it's also one of those, it's really nothing to get upset about. EA has announced EA advertising, which is for, I'm trying to remember the, yeah, then that. There we go. So it is a system by which brand partners, so companies, not people, can arrange to get, I'm not sure if I've seen this before, maybe I have, to get advertising into EA's games. Currently, only the sports games, EA sports games, have been mentioned. Okay? And yes, this is they would be in it live, and that they would be dynamic. So it would phone a server and be like, hey, what ad should I put here? And it will put it there. That may sound bad, that may sound intrusive. It's also old. And that's the thing that I think some people may not be remembering, which is why I actually did put a line in the Friday write-up about that. the game Burnout Paradise actually had this in there. That's from 2008. Obviously not this exact same system, but it would actually update that there was billboards, because it's a racing, kind of an arcade open world racing game. And there were billboards and such around. Some that you were meant to crash into, some that you were not. They were just part of the environment. And they were actually putting advertisements on there, and they were able to be updated. Last time I played it, which has been a while, it was mainly just EVGA ads that were up, but there were others as well. So it sounds like what EA advertising is basically that done today. So it's a more formal system and meant for multiple games. Now it is, as I mentioned, what they were aiming for, where it is now, and how these partnerships are starting, is with the context of their sports games. So this would be something like the billboards and scoreboards in stadiums and such, because it makes sense. There is in fact advertising in those locations in reality. Those will be brand partners will be able to have their real advertisements put there. Okay. Yeah, okay. There. Yep. So yeah. The sports games, I'll admit it makes sense. I will also acknowledge, well, okay. This advertising, in theory, is like, well, how the player's going to benefit from this? Well, in theory, that's covering server costs into the future, right?
I'm carrying too much.
So that may actually help with the longevity of some of these games. But I do feel it is only appropriate to acknowledge something. And that is, the press release only made mention of the sports games, as far as where they are now, where the advertisements are now.
Athena must have chosen.
It did not make any reference as far as
with your Aegis as they continue to fight for us.
as far as where it would be in the future. Meaning, we may still end up seeing a Dead Space 4 with ads, I guess is one way to put it. Not that that would make sense, but it's just... yeah. I would like if this were a little different. But, you know, actually have a sell all and just mark things I don't want sold. Anyway, so yeah, the technology isn't restricted to that. So I guess another place that, again, it could make some sense, it doesn't mean it wouldn't also be a little weird, would be something like
Father, can we go back home
oh
now?
wait, no, that's not one of their games. Trying to think, what is an EA game that... Because I thought of The Division, but that's Ubisoft. But because that's a modern day, and you are in a city. In theory, you could have advertisements up in there. So I would hope that they do try to keep them contextually appropriate. But it is the billboards. It's also custom items. Can be present for advertising. It's yeah. I don't know how much I want to consider this a smarmy move. Because as I also said, it is technically possible that this could be how they handle server costs over the years. Because, I mean, think about it. If you had because this is an EA game, let's say Star Wars The Old Republic, which that's an MMORPG, so you do have server costs there. If those could be... Sorry. Hang on. Okay. If those could be successfully dealt with for years into the future by just, hey, we can sell ads, I can believe that plenty of players would be like, okay, yeah, so even when they're not constantly making money off of this from the players directly, it's like, okay, we can...
You will not have the honor of visiting our father. Two-leg scum!
We can instead have servers paid for this way. Like, that could extend the longevity of the game. Yes, to be fair, that does also mean then that is the loyalty of the developers to...
You are not one of them.
Okay. To the players or to the advertisers. Granted, that is also a problem. I'm not saying this is perfect, but it's still a... Maybe it would help with things living longer. Is also, I've got no idea what you could advertise appropriately that it wouldn't be annoying in that it would not serve as a distraction in something like that. But it still is a... I understand this technology. I see how it can be not a bad thing, but it is still more advertising in games that may or may not cause problems. So, yeah. We shall see.
Finally, a human. It's been nothing but Ixion's monsters in here for 800 years. Why are you here? Why in all the cosmos would you want to free Ixion? You gave your word to that monster, but it's hard to believe. But what do I have to lose? When Nemesis punished Ixion, she cursed me and all the shades of the dead within this place to torment him forever. I wish nothing but pain on Ixion. But if you free him, that would mean my freedom too.
Yeah, so through her we get a bunch of the history of Ixion, and therefore also the Centaurs. But
Where's that?
yeah.
Ixion loved his secret paths.
Don't see anything else. I'll open up that chest and read that. Okay, so that actually is an upgrade to what I have. I really do wish that they had a line of sight check with these things. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else, but nothing really. Fortunately, apparently last week was all the game announcements. So this week it is definitely not been so heavy, which I'm thankful for. Because last week was insane how much I had to write up. point trying to open this up. That gets, yep, them active. But now I can actually open it up. Alright. And no, because those both have summon benefits. No. Because the energy generation free energy to counter some of the reservation. There we go. Rather not give that up. Yep. Trying to think now, anything else to mention. Nothing really coming to mind. Did find it interesting when I was looking here that 21 DPS, that low. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to think about that, what to possibly do about that. I guess in theory, if I would have actually put points into this, that would make a difference. Why should I do that? Okay, then. Instead of putting down a new personal portal, just do it this way.
Need anything stored?
Just this stuff, which apparently I don't have one of those yet. Oh. Oh, I now can. Cool. Okay. What do I want to put on the headpiece? Yeah, this would also be somewhat nice to be able to filter by. Put things that I would be able to put on there. Let's... Talisman, armor talisman. Yeah, maybe. That could be nice. And I do have plenty of them. Okay, so what was the other one I was thinking of? There's another that seemed... Oh. No, it wasn't that one. Just remember it was up here. Oh, okay, this was it. See, I've got an extra one of these, so I kind of like the idea of going with that one. Alright. You know, actually, let's... You know, it is also odd. Why would you even bother with the favorites? I mean, unless it's something like... Yeah, no, there's no reason to lock. Yeah, there's no reason to lock any of these. Because nothing is triggered by that.
You saved us.
Junk is the only thing that has any impact. Because if you mark it as junk, then you can sell all. But something that isn't marked as junk isn't, okay, that is right. It's not caught in the sell all. Locking doesn't do anything. I guess maybe you can't then just, shift click and, run through there and accidentally sell it. But it's like, if we have sell all, then we don't need to do that anyway. And it takes longer to favorite too. So it's, yeah, that it does not make sense. If we had a just generic sell all, then it would. That's not what we have. So, by that I mean a just button to sell all instead of sell all junk. I should still grant, though, that I am, thus far, I haven't gotten into Chapter 4 yet, reasonably, satisfied with the, I guess you could say, the quality of life changes that we have in here. I am, thus far, satisfied with. I haven't run into any that seem, particularly undesirable or counterproductive. Just some where it's like, yeah, it could reduce better. Of course, I still don't know about the loot filter because I haven't seen it. It just occurred to me I really should be trying to go faster through this, because it's not a small dungeon. And I do want to get done this video. We're already at half an hour, so I probably need to just stop doing that mainly. Breaking everything, exploring everything is one. That's different. But just actually trying to break everything is probably a bit much.
When my father had me marry Ixion, when it was done, father demanded the bride price instead. Ixion threw him into this pit, burned him alive, and threw me in too. He'd taken what he wanted from me.
Ixion, not a good guy. And as we will see before long, he's actually even worse. Okay. Alright. So I didn't actually need to go over there. I thought there was more to it, though. Oh, that's... okay. Oh, I also just remembered something. So when I was looking through the options in here to try to find loot filter, where is it? Summon ability activations, always. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Show the overhead ability activation. Okay. I thought that I was thinking that was something else, not just strict UI. I thought that was controlling if the summons are always being summoned. But yeah, there's nothing here that I could see for a loot filter. I have no idea what it is, and it's... Oh, okay. No, now I see. I had looked... I was looking from the main menu. I wasn't looking when it was already opened up. Okay, so that's how these go? There. So in theory, that means that none of the whites should appear. That's how it worked in the original game. Well, they'll still drop, but you have to like actually mouse over them to see them. They don't have their tooltips. These things appear. Okay. Yeah, in the original game, that's how they work, but it also, that's... it was a game level change. It wasn't a per character thing. No. Oops. I'm really looking forward to a Forge and Dream character. Sorry, Spirit character. That will be so interesting to see how such a summoner would go. Because I really do like the Sentry especially, but the Blade Trap works so well too. They just have their different uses. Trying to heal it. I guess that's true. I could also drop the banner to heal it. Alright. Oh, he's gonna die. Alright, let's let's go ahead and do that then. Try to get this guy healed up. Don't remember one thing though. Okay, yeah, so in theory, if I do put in additional points, then I can push that up. Okay. This is going to take 4, so 2 levels to get there, and I don't know how much I want to invest in it. I'm sorry, but the War Banner really only seems that useful for, like when going against bosses. Which does mean that, you know, Ixion will be using it there. In theory.
They wrecked Ixion's palace and cast him down. Then Zeus, in his wisdom, took pity and invited Ixion to Olympus. But Ixion eyed Zeus's wife here.
Okay, impairment resist. I thought that said impatient when I first looked at it. I guess you can just run over those. That. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. No. Oh, I know, because that's movement speed, not movement cooldown. Okay. So that's interesting. So I'm assuming... Okay, yeah. Alright, I hope they change that a little bit then. Because in the original, as I said, it was controlled everywhere, but you could actually still like mouse over and see them. They weren't completely, these things don't exist anymore. Or if they were to go, and I know they wouldn't do this, the Marvel Heroes route, when they, because they had pets in there that basically did nothing. They just ran around with you. But at one point, they ceased being completely cosmetic, and you could actually sacrifice gear to them, and as you did, they would gain bonuses for you. So it'd be like, oh, now you have 5% extra damage or something. Not necessarily major, but it was a reward for doing this. But part of it was also they they had a vacuum ability, so you could just set it to pick up like every white, and it would just immediately spend it that way to to be used for the bonus. It's like that was nice, because then it's like there's a lot less you need to go back and forth to sell things. You would get a bonus, wouldn't necessarily be a big one, but yeah, it's like that was nice. And I do think if that's That's one that would be good to see return in other games, such as in this one. Such as in this game. Because that way it's not just, oh, something dropped on the ground and you hear it even, but you can't interact with it. It would not be like that. It's like, you know, right now, I wouldn't even need to go back. I could just sack all the stuff in there. Now, true, that was until the pet was full. Once the pet was full, then it wouldn't take anything more. But that's a different concern.
Anything stored?
Okay. That. So which damage? Health. Resistances. Damage. Okay.
It's an honor.
I guess I just need to think. How would... I'm just thinking about the cosmetic pet idea in here. Because I think there was also an element... Well, yeah, because cosmetics made more sense in Marvel Heroes, because that was also an MMORPG. ARPG, technically, but still. Cosmetics made sense there, because he was showing people. This is... There's multiplayer, but it's... not MMO. So the need for cosmetics, the impact of cosmetics is far less. And I hope they don't change that. And by that I just mean this doesn't need to become an MMO. Alright. I just want to get a little bit... Looks like this is pretty clear. So yeah, let's take care of this now. There. There. Need one more point there. So it's also true, upping that would be good, but I've already... Let's... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, so now that's maxed out. Okay, let me... It does pay attention to that order, actually. At least when you're assigning and taking off the things, so... Which does also remind me, I was seeing... Scaling in this game is weird. Because technically, it doesn't... Investing points in these things only is to affect these. The modifiers. It doesn't actually increase damage or anything, but hang on, let's...
Lechery. But Zeus was unconvinced. He tested Ixion, making a decoy version of Hera. The false Hera became pregnant. Ixion was banished back to Earth.
Crap, my mind turned off. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I was doing with the ability. My mind turned off a little bit, but I just remembered it was, talking about how the modifiers are, and yeah, that's right. And I do get the whole, you want to be able to affect the ability, the strength of the abilities by putting in the points. I get that. But it is also, as people point out, that also means then that you feel compelled then to take various things up to maximum level for greatest effect, even though maybe that's not really what you want to do. That, this does allow greater flexibility because you're not dependent on the level. That kind of balancing design choice is one that has to be made early on. They made it, they have to stick to it. I see it both ways. And so I'm just like, stick to it. I would be more concerned and interested in seeing some other things happening just to increase some effectiveness of the things. Like, maybe more gear that can have an impact. Oh, okay. Or just, some means by which you can impact the strength of an ability, but not necessarily like having items that can do the pet thing, because in theory that can be to provide a bonus to the spells. It's like there are
Birth to half-man monsters. Centaurus was the first of them. Was it seen done? No. He spread word that he had slept with Zeus's wife.
So yeah, it's balancing is always weird, but there are definitely choices like that where nope, you got to make that one at the start, and you cannot really change it. I do think you could technically change how the potions work. I'm still not the happiest about, but that's a far more minor change than literally how all damage would be calculated and such. So yeah, I just think that adding another means.
Zeus truly angry. So he called for Nemesis to do his dirty work. She turned Ixion to a flaming wheel and cursed reshades who had not yet passed on to torment him for all time. Damn her! Ixion's just ahead.
Yeah.
End our curse.
That's what I was thinking. That we are at the end.
That was enlightening. Be wary with Ixion. We need to end his eternal punishment, but we don't need to be his ally.
Yeah, I don't know how I would. And that's the thing, to respawn him later. Yeah, because I'm just thinking a little bit more. So for clarity, like this ability, or this one that technically just says I gain a level that goes up. I think the system that would work, assuming that they haven't mapped this out perfectly, would be if you keep gaining divinity points that you can use and I've talked about this before. It'd be nice if you could spend them in abilities like here to, say, push up the maximum number of modifiers. So, say, push that up here, so then increase the summon limit some more. Increase the enhanced activations. You know, do something like that. But in theory, you could also, with the divinity points, put them into other things. Like maybe have it be to increase their effectiveness. That's only if they were to have the divinity points be that flexible, be that more than you actually need in the end. That's also true, it just occurred to me. Because some of that would also be, I hope this is the right spot. Some of that would also be the New Game Plus stuff.
You are not one of my sons. Why are you here? To tell him to focus on conquest, on bringing glory to my line. The loss of Tegea is a great failure. And make no mistake, the punishments of that chained cur of Olympus are eternal. Just leave, interloper. You are not welcome. What? You are absorbing Nemesis's power. You are becoming a god. That power should be mine!
Yeah. He not good guy. What do you expect?
No, we haven't finished.
Leadership. Free us.
Actually, it was a lot easier than previous times I've fought him.
I hardly need to pursue you now. The centaurs will do it for me.
You had no choice.
No room for that.
And Ixion clearly deserved death. But how will we explain to Centaurus that we killed his father?
There. Let's do some this. That's kind of funny that those were hanging out there. Alright, so with that, because he died in the middle of the attack, I guess. That is funny. Yes, I'm going to be able to sell all of this. I don't think any of it is of interest to me. So I'm going to warp back to Tajia, take care of the inventory. Then I will warp to where I need to actually finish off this chapter and start the next.
It's an honor. Everyone, weapons available.
See, like right now, I wish I had the thing to sell all. Okay, it wasn't. Just want to turn in the piece of him, the relic, whatever it is. Remnant. There.
Athena, protect our soldiers with your aegis.
Right. So previously, before this latest update, you could do this. That would come down. You'd have the ability to click here, but it would then be like, oh, this is done. Wait for the next update, kind of thing. So now we're actually into chapter 4. I've not seen this before.
At the sanctuary of the Sophoi. Only trouble is, he's expecting us to arrive with the Ixion.
I'm trying to decide, do I want to... No, I will stop here. I know, it's like, why? But there's so much... It's already been an hour. And this is... I will respawn here, because that's the kind of location it is. Oh, that's interesting. They can still access Mount Olympus from here. Especially, part of what makes that interesting is that is still tied to beginning of chapter 3 or end of chapter 2. I don't remember which, but yeah, it's yeah. Trying to remember, there was something. Oh yeah, that's right. That would be under items. Yeah, change the name of Boarhide Charm to Ichthian Pearl, keeping its effects as stockable for jewelry, and new version of Boarhide Charm that goes into armors with an appropriate effect. So yeah, that I tried to mention that before. Yeah. I didn't think about the various mastery changes, so yeah. Alright. So that shall be it. I'm stretching and enjoying that feeling. Oh. Yeah. I'll probably play some more chapter 4, but on my other characters, so come on. And this guy, which will also be interesting because he's at like +10 or something on the difficulty, so that might be intense. But yeah, have some fun with that. See how that goes. But yeah, so I'll probably do that before next week, which means I will then know what is in chapter 4 before getting to it. For you guys. So yeah. Anyway, see you next time.